All right, what's up, guys? Let's see if the live stream is indeed working on X and YouTube. Let's go check it out. All right, we're live on X, looking good, and we're live on YouTube, looking good. Sweet. Hopefully, both streams continue to work just fine. Audio and video stays good. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Not beer. Don't worry. It's liquid death blueberry tea. It's called Blueberry Buzzsaw. It is very, very good. If you haven't tried Liquid Death, I highly recommend it. This is not a paid ad or sponsorship with Liquid Death, but hey, if you tag Liquid Death in this live stream and they reach out to me, and we set something up with Liquid Death, whoever gets that connection going, I'll give you $1,000. So it's out there. Anyways, let's go look at a few things real quick. First and foremost, let's look at the earnings for this week. We have a pretty stacked earnings calendar. You know what? Let me see if I can actually just pull it up over on this stream. I feel like that would be easier, right? I feel like besides me reading it to you, if I could just show it to you, it would just make life so much easier. Although, oh no, I did remember my password. Let's go. Two-factor authentication. All right, let me get this earnings pulled up. Shout out Earnings Hub. Here we go. Earnings Hub. All right, let me pull this up and see if let me see if I can do this. Earnings Hub. Boom. Sweet. All right, you should be able to see the earnings calendar on the live stream right here. So this is what we have for this week coming up. Last week we had a pretty good week of earnings from Earnings Hub. This is what we have going on this week. Tomorrow before market open, I'm not going to read all of these. I'm going to read the names of the ones that personally I am interested in. So I may skip over, not may, I am going to skip over quite a few of these. So Monday before the open, you have Fubo on and a Cipher, CIFR. After the close, big ones. You have Palantir, PLTR. Then you have HIMS. Then you have the Soldier Boy ticker, UUUU. Then you have Fang, and that's about it for the ones. So the main ones right here that I believe people are going to be looking at for tomorrow is going to be after the close. And BTS, not bad, but I think the main two everyone's going to be looking at are going to be Palantir and Hims tomorrow after market close. Tuesday, I think Tuesday, this is where it really starts to amp it up a little bit for earnings. Tuesday before market open, you will have Shopify, you will have Uber, Spotify, Pfizer, Wingstop, Hut, and Hertz. Those are the main ones. Not really too concerned with the others. As of uh, Tuesday before the open, the main, I think, four are going to be the top four right there: Shopify, Uber, Spotify, and Pfizer. After the close, this is where it gets crazy. Oh, I'm probably going to name all of these. AMD, big one. SMCI, big one. ANET, big one. Rivian, big one. TEM, ALAB, Kava, Mara, Zeta, Zeta, UPST, Axon, Pinterest, TOST. Don't really care about the last two. So Tuesday, it's pretty stacked after the close. That's actually uh, that's a very stacked day. So a lot of people are probably going to be looking at the main four, I'd be imagining, up here at the top: AMD, SMCI, ANET, and Rivian. Don't forget about a few of these other ones like Zeta, UPST, Pinterest. Especially pins can be a really good mover. Kava can be a really good mover. ALAB can be a good one. Some flow on MARA as well that came in last week that was very interesting. Wednesday before market open, you are going to have McDonald's, you're going to have Unity, CCJ, HUM, and that's about it for the ones that I'm interested in. Main ones up here, the main three, I would say is going to be McDonald's, LMND. I guess a lot of people like to look at that name as well. So McDonald's, LMNDU, and CCJ. After the close, these are the big ones that everyone's going to be mainly looking for Wednesday. You have Robinhood, Hood, QCOM, IONQ, ARM, APP, Duolingo, ELF, Dash, JOBY, Lyft, EOS, Snap, and Lucid. That is a stacked after the close. Snap could be, a freaking 20% mover potentially. Lyft, EOS, JOBY dash can be good as well. I know a lot of people are interested mainly though in the top four, which is going to be your Hood, your QCOM, IO, and Q arm. Those are going to be some good ones. Thursday, we're going to have Oscar, VST, Datadog, MRNA. Not really too concerned with the rest, but Under Armour, WBD, Yeti, DuPont, and Papa John's, and Novavax. Not bad. Main ones I think up here are going to be those top four: QBTS, Oscar, VST, and Datadog. After the close, TTD, that's a watch for me as well. Airbnb, DraftKings, SoundHound, Block, which is XYZ, IREN, ACHR, Affirm, Open Door. A lot of people are going to be watching Open Door. TTWO, Peloton, and Monster and MP. Friday, not really too concerned with anything on Friday, but hey, maybe Wendy's reports a really, really good earnings and the stock just goes up like 50%. Who knows? So, it's your earnings calendar for the week. Looking good, looking good. I know. What the fuck is Liquid Death? Liquid Death is a man. That Heat Seeker tool looks very promising. Heat Seeker so far, I've been taking a look at it. So far, I really do like the platform. Water, yeah, big week. It is going to be a big week. So they make water. This is tea. Again, this is blueberry tea. So it's Liquid Death. So again, if anyone has any connections, if you have Liquid Death, reach out to me. We can get some kind of partnership going. I'll give you $1,000 for the referral. But they make mountain water, sparkling water. They make their sparkling water. They'll have like orange and lime, but then they also have ones that taste like soda. They have one called Dr. Death, and it tastes like Dr. Pepper. They have one called Killer Cola, and it tastes like Coke. Um, it just tastes like a not so sugary version of them. Obviously, it doesn't taste as good, but then they have their teas. They have really good teas. They have like half and half tea. They have a peach tea, and then like this one. Then they have a blueberry tea. Like fucking 20 calories in this thing. They're freaking amazing. I love it. Anyways, those are the earnings for this week. Again, we have last week was getting the last of the Mag 7. So now it's all of the other names. So we got Mag 7 out of the way, and now it's not over. I think this is where we're going to see a lot of big movers on some of these individual names, and I'm here for it. I'm ready to have some fucking fun with some of these earnings. So let's have a fun week with the earnings. But remember, earnings are always seen as a potential gamble. You can honestly do your due diligence, your technical analysis on the stock, but as we all know, just because somebody comes out with a double beat on earnings. Stock you would expect to, have an implied move plus 8%. You would want to see plus 6, 7, 8, 10% after hours. Stock drops down 5%. Um, who knows? And then it recovers and opens up flat. Those things happen. So just make sure you're aware of that. But very excited for this week of earnings. So now let's jump into the freaking charts. Um, we're going to start with the same three as always, real quick. SPY, QQQ, and IWM. So for SPY as of right now, going into Friday's session, I absolutely sold the freaking top. It was fantastic, and I bought the bottom. Uh, so there was, and I'm going to do just a small little, uh, I guess, trade recap potentially here. So 15-minute chart right here. On SPY, you have a Morningstar reversal off the low. Casey took calls. Yes, I talked to myself about in third person. In a Morningstar reversal right here at the bottom of the downtrend is what you want to see for a really nice risk reward trade to go long. And my target to the upside was going to be closer to the 585 area. So I wanted to take calls from here up to the trend line. I said if it breaks and holds above that trend line, we should see a move to 585. Um, there's 585. And I absolutely sold the top. You have this area that was right here. The second that entered into that same spot right here on that candle, I closed. You can go check the tweets. You will see I posted out along the way for the SPY calls that I took, and you'll see the one where I exited. Go check the timestamp. It's going to line up right there on that 5-minute candle. SPY sold back down. During that sell-off, long story short, it created something on the squeeze indicator for a 4-hour squeeze that flipped bearish. MACD had already been bearish the entire time. This is a potential evening star and a lower high. I really do like that. So have these lower highs and it's holding this equal low. There is a gap that still needs to be filled to the downside. I say needs to be filled. We'll say can be filled. So we're going to mark the lower of that candle, which is going to be around 679.25, give or take. Oh, no, I hit that right on the money. For upside on SPY, honestly, I would really like to see back above 685, which is going to be about right there. If I break it down to a 15-minute chart, we'll go look at it right there. So SPY breaks this low. It has the gap to fill downside to here. So SPY breaks under 679.25. Would like to see essentially a $2 drop on SPY to go fill that gap. If SPY goes higher and reclaims and does a break and base above 685, I would like to see a move to go higher. So potentially pop back up, go reject maybe around this pre-market high area, rip up $1, maybe 50 cents, whatever the fuck it is, right? But mainly, this is what I would like to see. If it can break above this trend line from these lower highs, do an SR flip right above this area here. This will give me the warm and fuzzies to look to go long back on SPY. So going into the next session, again, only two things I'm really worried about are going to be 685 and 679.25. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't see anything else really needed. For SPY, now the daily is a bit concerning. Um, Not the best looking daily, but all we did on the drop was retest the daily 9. We are still very, very strong. The weekly candle did not close the best kind of candle. That is, call it what you want. It's not a shooting star. It's not an abandoned baby. It's not even a gravestone doji. I would just say it's a regular doji candle at the top of an uptrend. Doesn't really mean too much because essentially we have a really nice strong push right here. And then you see this red doji right here. And then it actually pushed up higher, came back down, retested the daily 9, then we ripped up higher. So technically you could see potential new all-time highs on the next candle. It's done above 4 on a red doji candle near a high. So not the best look, but that's essentially what it is. So on SPY, nothing too crazy, very simple. Marked out lower high for the trend line. I don't know why it got way jacked up when I switched time frames right there. Mark that trend line for that lower high if it can break a base above that area there. Again, look to go long. Initial thought will be rejection, obviously up here near that resistance as it starts to push up higher, closer to like 684.80, getting up above near that 685 area. If I see sellers start to step in, great area risk to reward to go short. But if market is looking strong and we rip straight through it, kind of consolidate, don't reject it. And then it starts to push back up higher, breaking base above it, look to go long. Again, under 679.25 would be a short downside. Qs. Let's go take a look at Qs. Where is, there it is. Go check Qs. Qs is not in a squeeze on any time frame. Qs weekly candle close green, unlike this SPY. Daily candle not looking the best, but still fine. Not even near the daily 9 and 21. Look at these freaking gaps. This is insane. So let me clear that off. So same thing. I mean, you have these upper wicks right here. You have this lower high. You have this base that it's kind of holding right around 625, 626. I mean, essentially, you have this spot here. It's kind of holding. And then you have this area of resistance and then those upper wicks that are right up here. And then you have your big rejections kind of up there near those highs. Your 15-minute chart. And those crazy upper wicks, whatever it is. The main thing I would say, if you kind of say screw those upper wicks, I would say watch that area there and then watch this area here, right there. So main two things to be watching is around 626.7 and then up to 636 on QQQ. You do kind of have this midpoint area around like 631. But other than that, I mean, I think this is where you're going to have your demand zone, which is essentially going to be your support, where you want to see buyers kind of hold and defend. This area is going to be your supply zone, which will act as your, whoopsies, if I can type, area of resistance. So risk to reward when this area is tested, if you see the rejections as previous price action shows, this is an area of resistance where sellers are stepping in. I would look to be going short and take puts. Vice versa, to the downside, this has shown as an area of demand or support. This is where buyers are present. So as we enter into this area underneath 626.70 on QQQ, if buyers do step in, would like to take calls there for the bounce. And then again, you're going to have like this kind of midpoint area that's around 631. If I can mark that. And it's ping pong by that. It's just here, here, and here, 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 until you see a break in base, either like that to go lower, or if it comes up here and then it gives the break in base above this, then trend higher. So it's the only way I'll be looking to go long or short above or below those zones. But again, when they are initially tested, we'll look to see the sellers here and the buyers there. IWM, different story. IWM's actually been in a daily squeeze since Friday, October 10th. And it is a retesting that area right now, kind of holding a little bit. You do have these higher lows right there. That's perfectly 1, 2, 3. Very nice. So IWM, SPY and QQ above daily moving averages. IWM is actually below daily moving averages. So let me move this right here. So IWM is actually below daily moving averages right now. Go to your 1 hour. You'll see this area of resistance from about here to about here. And then I can kind of try to pinpoint. No, I kind of like that. That's around 245 psych level, kind of right there. These two zones about right here on IWM. And probably hit this trend line here for a lower high, and then your midpoint is right there. So for IWM, one, you have that trend line right here. If it breaks underneath the trend line in 243.60 area, you can get a move down to this area of support right down there. That would be a target downside. So if it breaks that, you can get that move down to here. Essentially, it's going to take you to 241, 240 area. And then if it gets a break in base above 248, you're probably going to have a nice little pit stop area of rejection near that 250 psych level, but target upside would be 251 and 250, 250. So if it gets the break above this trend line here, looking for the move essentially to go back up to here. Other than that, nothing really too concerning or interesting on IWM. I haven't really been interested in trading SPY Qs or IWM until I see something set up, kind of like what SPY did right here, which was just coming back down to this previous day low area and then putting in a reversal candlestick pattern off the low for buyers to step back in. For intraday risk to reward trades like that, I will absolutely hit 9 times out of 10. But honestly, when SPY and Qs and IWM are kind of near all-time highs, I like to focus on the individual names. So, and those are the ones that we're about to go ahead and cover right now. So again, those are the levels and areas I'm kind of watching for a SPY and QQQ. Nothing crazy. Yes, MongoDB did break out of that high. Can't handle losing money, don't play earnings. Only play what you can afford to lose. That is correct. Boom, excellent work. This type of stream is the best. Most do not allow chat. No idea what the difference in stream choice is, but this is better. Hey, well, I appreciate that. Um, yeah, absolutely. Use the chat over here for the people that are on YouTube right here, people that are watching it on X. Yeah, go ahead and put it in the chat. Let me know what setups you're watching this week. Go ahead and put it in the chat. What is your, if you've done any homework so far, let me know what you're watching this week and why. What do you see on the chart? And then I'll go over there briefly, look through it, and potentially pull it up over here, and we'll take a look together. So Rivian has earnings coming up. I am always buying the dip on Rivian. I absolutely love buying the dip on Rivian. It is currently in a 4 hour squeeze, a daily squeeze, a weekly squeeze, and a monthly squeeze right now on the Rivian. So you do have this monthly breakout here, rip upside, hit the equal high, pull back down, higher lows, and is pushing up higher. So on the monthly, broke that trend line with a squeeze that has now flipped bullish, along with MACD, which has been bullish down here as well. Mainly the TTM squeeze is what I'm looking at. Weekly, also in a squeeze. Daily, very interesting. So the daily is holding and basing around this area right down here. My cost basis on Rivian is $12 and I think 54 cents is now. I'm always buying Rivian again on dips, and sometimes I just add more for the fun of it when it's somewhere in the 13s, and then I sell some covered calls, and I love selling cash secured puts on Rivian every single time it gets down close to 12.50, $12. Sell a strike lower. If I get assigned, I get assigned. I've never gotten assigned. I've never been assigned on Rivian for cash secured puts. Every single time I've taken Rivian for cash secured puts, they've gone 100% and expired full profit. Never been assigned. So if I was assigned, perfectly fine. I'd love to own the stock at that price. But collecting premium on the side is always fun as well. There is a gap to fill on Rivian to the upside. High of this candle is 14.15. Low of that candle is a 14.59. So there is a gap right up here to fill on Rivian. So nice kind of base that it formed right here. Ripped upside. They slammed it back down. The second that happened, it did put in a little bit of a higher low here on the daily, and they bought it straight back up and actually closed that candle above that previous red candle where they slapped it back down. So would love to see Rivian break through 14 site and then get that move up to 14.15, enter into that gap and go up to 14.59. So I am looking for potential calls on Rivian. Maybe it's a pre-earnings run up. So again, they do have earnings. So you could see a really nice move up to here, could accept into the gap before earnings. Maybe earnings is the catalyst to just send it straight through this gap and push up higher. Maybe it sends it all the way lower. Who the fuck knows? But regardless, putting earnings kind of aside from it, looking at the chart, I really do like Rivian here for upside. So it's in squeeze of multiple time frames, which means I'm expecting a big move. Again, earnings is coming up. That could be the catalyst for the big move. But I really do like the base that's holding right down here above my level. Also, the higher lows on the trend line support for the higher time frame. And just would love to see it move back up here. If it hits the resistance and sells back down, perfectly fine. But for a good day trade or again, potential pre-earnings run up, I think it looks good with that gap filled to potentially fill upside. So keep that name on watch. I sent out a few charts earlier. If you have not looked at them, we can look at them now. Um, Trade Desk, TTD. So I already got two alerts kind of set on TTD. If it back tests 51 bucks, going to potentially look to go short. Starts breaking back underneath 49 bucks, potentially going to look to go short. Overall, I'm just fucking looking short on TTD. So there was some flow that came in on TTD. Let me see if I can go over here and pull it up. Let's see, where did I put it? It's $40 puts. Here we go. TTD $40 puts for 11/21/2025. So for November 21st on Friday's session, from 11:51 to 11:56, within 5 minutes, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You had 10 different orders come through on the TTD $40 puts for 11/21, nine of which are bearish, one was bullish. Overall, the largest order was, and those were, they started getting around 95 bucks at the ask, and then they bought more at the ask around 98, 99. The last order at 1156 was 1,300 contracts at 99 for 128,000. Overall, nothing crazy, 334,000. What's notable about it is the fact that it's repeated. So it comes in on the urgent repeated flow. Or potential like people that are building positions. So it's not just like one order comes through for like $1 million of these TTD puts. No, it is multiple orders. It's they hit these contracts right here, and then 30 seconds later they hit them again. 30 seconds later they hit them again. 30 seconds later they hit them again. It's just multiple orders, one after the other, after the other, after the other. It comes out to 10 different orders on these exact same contracts, same expiration at the ask within 5 minutes. So the question is why? So why are there multiple orders coming in on the same ones over and over again in a very short amount of time? So it sends me the alert saying that there's an urgent repeater going on. So looking at the chart, I was very bullish on TTD down here off the lows. You had a really nice Morning Star reversal, which is right here. Played that very nicely upside. Took it all the way up here to the $56 area. Has this huge gap here on the daily, but rejected, came back down, and now it's coming back down and hitting that equal low. So not looking the best. And if you go on to the daily chart here and put on your squeeze indicator, this is not looking great. So you have a little bit of bearish divergence going on from this lower high, this rejection that's right here. It flipped the MACD bearish recently here as well. And then on the squeeze indicator, whoopsies, on your squeeze indicator, it has been in a squeeze since Friday, October 24th, and it has not fired yet, but it has flipped bearish on the histogram and is now red. So that is one, two, three things right here on the daily chart that are all moving to the downside that seem to be bearish. So it's underneath those daily EMAs. It is holding that area of support, but for a snipe of an entry if I can. If it does pop up to retest these daily EMAs and rejects, I'm absolutely going to look to go short. If it breaks and closes underneath around $49, I'm absolutely going to look to go short. Looking to swing calls potentially for 11/21 expiration as well, most likely. Not the 40s, not that far of the money, but I'm probably going to end up doing about $45 puts for 11/21 expiration on TTD. So make sure you keep that name on watch going into this week. Another one that I sent earlier that I covered was Circle. Circle's interesting. A lot of people were talking about Circle. There is a head and shoulders here on the daily and is holding support. It's not really in a squeeze or anything, but there was some unusual flow that came in on Friday as well for 134 calls for 11/7, and there was $1 million order on the unusual flow for Circle. At the same time, for using Heat Seeker, looking at the Jackson Vex, they both have a node that's above near 138, which is this level that I marked right here. So if it breaks down underneath the support around 122, I think it is what it is by that point. I think it's just going to be a goner and maybe come down here to these equal lows. Now, there is nothing more bullish than when the bears fail. So if you have a head and shoulders here and we're sitting at this neckline of support, if it holds the support and it doesn't break the neckline and it pushes back up here, that's a very, very bullish sign. So again, there was some notable unusual flow. And also looking at Jackson Vex on Heatseeker as well, they agree on around the 138 area they were lining up. So obviously all these numbers can change going into Monday. More flow can come in. Internals can obviously change and money being moved around. So you have to look at that accordingly. But looking at where it is now, there is a head and shoulders here on the daily chart. Huge red candles that just came in right here. One, two, three, four. And then you having an inside day doji right here. So potentially going to look to expand out of this. So it's either break the neckline and go lower, or it's hold the support. Risk to reward down here looks better for the longs. For me, when I play head and shoulders, it's just one of the things that I teach. I like to mark the area where the left shoulder formed. And when I see the head forming and when it bounces at the neckline, which if you notice where this area right here bounced, when it bounced over here again to go up and form the right shoulder, right? Before it rejected and it came back down. This is one of the things that I teach. If you mark, where did the left shoulder reject? Right here, right? Drag that over. It's the same spot. that's where I take my entry for Head and Shoulders. I front run it on the right shoulder. So there's three different ways to trade Head and Shoulders, and I'm not going to get into a full teaching session, but this was a great spot to go short on Circle. And that's usually what I try to do is I match that left shoulder with the right shoulder entry and I front run it risk to reward because if it plays out to the neckline, I'm getting fucking paid this entire time. And the Head and Shoulders hasn't even played out, but it has developed. So now if it breaks in bases underneath or breaks, I guess not bases because now you're below it. If it breaks, rejects, and continues to consolidate and reject underneath that neckline, doing the SR flip right there, then it'll play out and go lower. That's when you can play the downside move on it. But risk to reward going into a new position down here, regardless. I mean, if you're going to risk breaking underneath that right here, targeting back up near 138, I mean, there you go. Your risk to reward is already double. So going long down here, risking losing $100, you can potentially make $300 going up to the 138 target. So something interesting just to watch on Circle. Chart doesn't look the best, but it is an area of support. And there's some positive things looking at the internals for flow and on the Jackson Vex right now. So keep that one on watch. Banks, JPM, very, very nice weekly candlestick setup off the weekly 21 EMA. One of the best things you can ever freaking do is when you have a really, really strong uptrend that is holding the 9 EMA, which is this blue line right here. When it starts to pull back a little bit, when it hits the 21 for the first time after a really, really strong move, you can bet your ass 9 times out of 10, you're going to see some buyers step in down there. That's exactly what happened with JPM. And now you have this nice potential reversal off the weekly 21. Not only that, if you go to the daily, you have a squeeze that just flipped bullish on the histogram right here during that time when it bounced. MACD is also bearish, RSI is above 50. That is very positive 1, 2, 3 right here. So looking for a break in base above 312 on JPM. Any dips that get moved down to about the 306, 305 area. Would love to see buyers step in right there, put in a higher low, retest those EMAs, get a even better risk reward entry for potential longs on the retest. And if that does happen, if it does reject, obviously, if you look at the previous price action that shows this is clear resistance here on JPM. So if it rejects, get a pullback down here, really tight risk to reward to go long. But again, a break in base above 312, going to look to go long for these equal highs up here. And then I have another indicator that is up here that just kind of shows for volume and momentum. And it is looking very, very nice. Going back above this yellow zone, the line is turning green. I want to see it kind of do what it did over here on the left side. So when it goes green and then it goes up to the red zone, if you look what happened on JPM during that time, that is this run up right here. So essentially, would like to see JPM do it again. So keep an eye on JPM for upside. His buddy Wells Fargo can look very, very nice as well. So it has this base that is right up here around 87.50 that it cannot break over and is putting in higher lows right here. So it's getting very, very tight in this kind of ascending triangle right here. So at some point in time, as it gets more consolidated in this space that's right here, it's going to have no choice but to squeeze itself either below or above this thing. It's got to squeeze itself out of here. So, um, along with JPM, I really do like this chart that is on Wells Fargo. If banks are strong and continue to be strong overall, JPM and again, Wells Fargo right here are my top watches for potential upside. We'd love to see JPM break through that 87.50 that's been a resistance and then just freaking, sky's the limit at that point. If you look at your other names like BAC, Bank of America, it is absolutely just making new 52-week highs. Very, very, very strong chart. So some of these names are looking fantastic. Citigroup is another one, getting a nice daily candlestick pattern right here. seems like it's in a squeeze, and look at that, it is in a squeeze that is to the upside right now. It has not fired, but is looking very, very good. MACD is also bullish. RSI is increasing above 50. This chart actually looks really, really good. I do like Citigroup. If they can get back above 102, that looks very nice. I'm actually just going to go ahead and set an alert right there. I'm going to set an alert on a back test as well, just underneath 100. I'm going to keep that on watch as well. Um, JD, cover this one real quick. JD is in a weekly squeeze. It's been in a freaking weekly squeeze since August 11th. MACD is bullish. If you go to the larger move though, so rejected here. This is the monthly rejection, rejection, rejection. All right, so three lower highs, bounce, bounce, bounce. Right here, it's getting tight. There's not much more room left to go. Not much more room left to go. So the monthly shows it in a squeeze. It is moving to the downside. So it's moving to the downside. First red dot here on the squeeze. So it's moving to the downside. It's not bearish until it flips red like it does over here, right? And we go to the weekly chart. Weekly chart is in a squeeze that is currently bullish. That is moving to the upside. So it was yellow and now it is blue and it has not fired yet either. MACD is bullish and it's sitting right around this 32. How do I get rid of that? There it is. Around this 32, 3250 area is where it keeps on holding. So looking at JD, this is kind of the area that I'm watching. Seeing the buyers kind of step in on the dips down here closer to 32, I think can be a really good risk reward to go long. But I'm mainly watching just the overall monthly chart right here. So as long as it keeps on holding these higher lows, holding above 32, I think that can be a really, really good sign. Again, it's squeezing on higher time frames, and there's not much more room left to go right here. So could need some more time, but obviously with a lot of these headlines that are coming out that are affecting these Chinese names like your Babas and your PDDs. PDD is looking really, really good right here. Baba has been looking really, really good. I currently went short Baba, and I'm currently still short Baba a little bit. On Friday's session, I trimmed out majority of my Babas for like over 45%. I sent my chart last week, and I sent the flow and everything that I saw for the chart. And there's the trade actually right there. I sent the chart on that red doji right there. I drew the trend line right here, and I said this was my target area, was here down to right here, and it absolutely hit perfectly. So, but watch these Chinese names. Again, JD, I just think on higher time frame can be a potential big mover if it really starts to go whenever this monthly chart starts to break down or break out. EOS, MACD might want to cross over bearish or bullish on the daily earnings coming up. Yeah, EOS is another hot one right now that a lot of people are talking about. I love EOS. Um, it's one of, I mean, look at this beautiful morning star off the freaking low. I love evening stars and I love morning stars. I don't think anyone else is more passionate about those two things than me. It's one of my most favorite things to teach, one of my most favorite things to trade. I went long EOS around, I believe it was $5 or $6, and now the stock is absolutely freaking ripping. That daily just looks like a bull flag right now. I mean, this thing looks absolutely amazing. That looks like a clear bull flag to me. It is in a daily squeeze. As of right now, the daily squeeze is moving to the downside. MACD has also been bearish since Monday, October 20th, while it's been consolidating in this bull flag right here. So I would say one of two things is going to happen, right? Stock's either going to go up or down. That's really it. No, I'm just fucking with you. No, that is actually true. So the squeeze is either going to reject the trend line that's right here, like it has been during this consolidation, and it can absolutely reject and come back down and then make a lower low and invalidate the bull flag. And that squeeze and everything that's showing bearish right now can 100% fire and validate this thing and send this thing down to 11 bucks. That's 1% a possibility. Possibility number two is a situation that's kind of like what happened over here where the squeeze moves downside. The difference is this one did not flip bearish, where this one already had, but the MACD was bearish, your RSI was bearish, and the TTM squeeze was moving down. Those are usually all bearish signs, but it didn't fire downside. And then it actually started to curl back upside. And then the second it flipped back bullish on that candle, oh, it did flip bearish. Look at that. So no, this is a potential. This is another potential setup that you can see. So it did flip red right here, just like it's flipping red right here. But it didn't fire downside red, and then it curled back upside, went back bullish right here, and then squeeze is gone. It fired upside. Go look at EOS during that time when the squeeze fired, when it was moving downside right here, explosive green candle right here, and then starts the movement all the way back up. So that is a potential possibility for the squeeze to then start to go back to neutral and then flip bullish, MACD and RSI curl back up. You get a break and base above this bull flag, it can rip the new highs. So it is a possibility as well. Again, they do have earnings, so keep that in mind. Um, Please don't trade a stock this week and not know when their earnings are and hold a swing position overnight and then find out the next morning how you got fucked and lost 99% on your position. Do your due diligence of looking at the earnings calendar. We covered it here on the live stream. So um, hey, if you're watching this live stream on X, like and repost this stream. It is recorded, but also saved onto my X profile. It's also being streamed on YouTube. Will be saved over there. People that are not attending this session here live, if they want to watch it later on before next market open, just to see what charts and things we talked about here for educational purposes and getting our game plan ready for the week, they can watch this later on. The more people that like and repost it, the easier it is to find. Should have said that at the beginning, but I'm saying it now. So SPY, QQ, IWM, all the other ones, WFC and JPM for the banks, Circle for the head and shoulders that can potentially turn to a very bullish reversal bounce, TTD, which I think can be a really, really good short. And that's about it. Well, that's not really about it. If you're in the premium Discord, you know how many charts I sent out earlier and what I'm watching. There's a shitload of things that I'm watching. Um, I will cover, oh, and Rivian. We covered Rivian. Bullish on Rivian. Always bullish on Rivian. I will cover two more real quick. Carnival Cruise Line, ticker CCL. Holding this really nice base that's right here. If it does bounce, it can create a wombo. I wombo, you wombo, he, she, we, wombo, right? Wombo, like from SpongeBob, getting a really nice W right here. It's back testing these daily EMAs. The daily 921 starts to get a push above 29 bucks. Gonna get a see and get an instant rocket ship to potential 30 over 30. I mean, just can be really, really nice. But not even this right here of this double bottom that's holding. It's in a daily squeeze right here. It's been in a daily squeeze since Tuesday, October 21st. MACD just flipped back bullish. RSI's trying to creep back up right when the MACD flipped bullish and the squeeze is bullish right here. So Gets a breaking base over like 29, 29.5 area, about right there. I think that can look really, really good for a continuation upside. So keep that one on watch. Last but not least, this name has earnings, but I'm just going to show you the chart because I think it looks really, really good. DDOG, Datadog. Recently traded Datadog. I love trading Datadog. I think it's a great swing name. Had this beautiful cup and handle, and then boom, tweezer bottom. This is where I went long. Tweezer bottom, two green hammer candles right down here, getting near this weekly 21 EMA, front running this cup and handle breakout, catching the breakout candle here. DDOG had a plus 10% day this day. I was live on stream, live on Spaces as well. It was a straight cruiser that day, and then it even had a little bit more continuation. That was a Friday, or this was a Monday, and then the next week had a really, really good move higher. So now you have a potential Morningstar reversal right here. I like to see Morningstar reversals at the bottom of a downtrend, not so much at the highs that are up here, but that is still a very bullish sign. It is a cup and handle breakout, and it's coming up to that 170 area of previous resistance right here. So, potential new highs coming for uh, DDOG here. I think this name looks really, really good. Go to your daily chart. Here's your breakout. And it is currently in a squeeze that is moving to the downside. Your MACD has been bearish for quite some time while the stock is facing and now pushing up higher. And it is looking like it potentially wants to flip upside here soon. Not only that, if you look at the RSI during that entire time when it pulled back down, you actually are still moving up, putting in higher lows on the RSI, but never even fell below 50. So it's holding the neutral line during that entire pullback that's right here. When the MACD has been bearish, your TTM squeeze is moving down. RSI has held above 50 for the neutral, and the chart overall still looking very, very strong. But it's mainly this weekly chart that I'm looking right here. So if it can break above this area right here, get the ripper. Your high for a target potentially can be, I mean, 200. I mean, it's like right up there. So I think this can be, again, decent move. They do have earnings, but putting earnings aside, I really do like a Datadog. It's one of, I think I've only ever traded calls on DDOG. Don't think I've ever traded puts. I've only traded call swings on DDOG. So last two times I've traded it recently for swings have been great and they've worked out fantastic. So maybe going to go 3 for 3. See if it gets a pre-earnings run up, or maybe I'll be in calls prior, get a little bit of profit, swing one or two for fun for a lotto for earnings, and if it continues to be bullish and gets a really nice move off that and goes to 200, that's just icing on the cake. So keep that name on watch as well. We love the evening and morning stars where we'll met a bottom at 0. Yo, yo, stock market news. What's up, YouTube? YouTube. What's up, Evan? We gotta get Evan on one of these streams sometimes, right? I don't even know how many people we got going in right now overall. How many people we got on here? Let me go check X because I'm live on both. What we got? I think we got like 1,700 people hanging out on this Sunday evening. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. Usually we get around 2,000 people on the average, so appreciate you guys hanging out. So someone said, "What about TTD? We charted TTD. You're late, whoever it was. Malachi 19, you're late. We charted TTD, talked about TTD. There's a post on TTD. Go to my X profile, Malachi. There's chart, technical analysis, flow, and JEX and VEX data all posted there for you. So I'll cover it again one more time. TTD has a daily squeeze that is moving downside as of right now. The MACD Malachi has just flipped bearish. RSI not looking too hot. At the same time, there is flow on $40 puts for TTD for 11/21 expiration. Um, so yeah, that's what I like on the TTD. If you look at heat seeker, if you're using JAX or VEX, you're going to have your VEX node is at $40 psych level. If you are looking at the gamma exposure, you're going to have 45 and also 40, mainly 45. And those are the ones I'm looking to potentially swing. Or TTD $45 puts for a 11/21 expiration. If TTD gives me a pop up to $51 for a better risk reward entry or a break in base underneath around $49 area, both those times I will be looking to take a $45 puts for TTD Malachi. You're welcome. Yo, yo, what up, what up? Hey, 2.02 sub, let's go. Yeah, we're cruising above 2K subs on the YouTube channel, trying to build that up. I think we're about to hit 46,000 followers on X as well. So I love and appreciate all you guys. We are at, let's go check. We're at 45,933. So I need 67 other amazing people to follow the Casey Trades account on X, and we're going to hit 46,000. So, um, that's it for me. A lot of charts, a lot of talking. SPY, Qs, IWM, Rivian, TTD, Datadog, JPM, Wells Fargo, um, Circle, and is that it? We covered a fucking lot. Feel like it was another one. Yeah, I said TTD, Circle. Yeah, JD, for the China name. So I owe a prize to somebody. I am a man of my word. So let's select the winner. So if you don't know this and you're just now finding out now, if you look at my previous post from earlier before I sent all those charts on X, I also reiterate again on my previous SNL post. But if you did like that post, I said I am picking one winner tonight here live on the stream to come hang out in the Casey Trades Premium Discord with myself and my other amazing trade alert analysts. It is not only myself where I live stream and live trade every single day over my Discord, but I do have a handful of other amazing trade alert analysts for day trading and swing trading options, along with the futures trading as well. So we do have an amazing team over here, just about 9,000 members within the Discord. And again, myself live trading and live streaming every single day. We have fun, we joke around, we pick on each other, and we sing songs while we continue to trade the stock market and make as much money as we can, following our rules. So, absolutely love our team. So go like that post if you haven't. It's the Sunday Night Live with Casey Trades that has the big neon sign. You can't see it. It's that post. That's right there. Hit that bad boy. Go give it a like. And I'm going to select one winner who's going to be able to hang out in the premium Discord for free for a whole month with the Casey Trades team. And then if you don't win, I apologize. It just means you're the loser tonight. And there's nothing we can do to fix that. So I apologize, but only one person can be the winner. So there's like 1,800 people now watching. I can't let 1,800 people be all winners. So 1,799 of you will be losers tonight, and only one person will be a winner. So on the bright side, you can use code KCT50, KCT50 in my store for the premium monthly Discord access. It's currently at $69. You can use that code again, KCT50, which discounts it down to $50, and it is reoccurring for life every single month, discounted rate. So There's still a few of those codes left out there. So if you do want to come hang out in the premium Discord, it's a 7 day free trial. Come hang out for 7 days, see if it's the place for you. If it's not, it's not. My words of encouragement are to find a trading community that fits you, one that you honestly just get along with and that you can see yourself growing with within this community, with the people that are in there overall that you can benefit from, continue to grow as a trader. That's the best thing you can absolutely do, surround yourself with other amazing people and great traders. So hopefully it is my community. If it's not, I really do hope you find one wherever it is. But you can get a 7 day free trial and come hang out in my community and see if it is the place for you. And again, use code KCT50 on the monthly if you decide to stay. It's 50 bucks. It's literally fucking almost nothing for everything that we do with our team that's over there. So we're gonna go ahead and select one winner. The link should be up there on the screen. Should say wap.com/Casey Trades. My new website is up as well. If you're on X, if you go to my bio, my website is up. It is caseytrades.io. So caseytrades.io is my website. Very first website that I've had created for the Casey Trades. And my links are over there, which takes you to my WAP store, to the Lux Algo store where the Casey Algo is at, just a few other things over there. So just getting that started. But I do have my own website as well. But you can find the link to my Discord on my website. It's also in my profile on X to my WAP store, which is that link that's right up there. When you complete the checkout, it automatically brings you over to my Discord. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. You're welcome. You're welcome. Love you guys. I'm gonna say, can you discuss FCX? I'm gonna do that while people are liking that post so I can pick a winner. FCX, massive consolidation. It's in a squeeze on huge freaking time frames. I love FCX. It's in a squeeze right now. MACD has been bullish since Wednesday, October 8th. Squeeze is moving downside. Has not flipped bearish on the daily. Weekly, I mean, Jesus, this thing is straight freaking sideways. Um, Squeeze has been moving downside for some time on the weekly since the beginning of October. I mean, that weekly candle just closed a flat doji candle right at the EMAs. Trying to front run a morning star for that to close green, and it honestly did not. The monthly candles, I mean, Jesus, this thing is. I mean, I think it looks kind of good, not gonna lie. Monthly, look at this. This is what you love to see. Monthly's been moving downside on the squeeze, and it hasn't freaking done it. And look at the MACD now. Look at the MACD freaking all the way down right here. And now it's starting to slowly walk its way back up. That's making me think it's going to flip freaking upside. And this massive consolidation that it's in right here for this resistance that it can't get through, that just leads me to believe it going to break through it. Send that bad boy to fucking, I don't know, 70 bucks. What's these ones? Like 65, but higher. So this name is absolutely just sideways right now. It cannot figure out where it wants to go, but keep it on watch. That is a disgusting 4 hour chart. Jesus. So be careful. As of right now, $40 psych level seems to be where buyers are stepping in and holding. You do have big kind of area of resistance. That's the zone, I would say, is probably around 43.7 down to like 43.10. Honestly, if you probably mark 44 and 40, I think you're pretty safe by that point. Because if you look at it, if it breaks and closes above 40 and consolidates and doesn't instantly reject and does a break in base, you can probably get that move back up to the mid 40s after that and then beyond. If it comes back down and does a break and base underneath 40, then you're going to get that move back down to the mid 30s. So, two things I would mark as of right now while it's in this area of consolidation on all those higher time frames. Mark 40 and 45 and then zoom out afterwards and go to your daily chart. And if it starts to a lot of things are still flipping bearish, and all of these candlesticks that are closing above 40 start to close underneath of it, and things are still moving to the downside. Looking at, the squeeze MACD, RSI, and then just using other things of confluence, whatever it is, using uh, gamma exposure or whatever flow potentially that you see coming on FCX. If it's mainly all bullish, or sorry, bearish flow, then get to move downside. If it's mainly bullish flow, as you're seeing it consolidate above 44, you see, call leaps coming in on 45 and $50 strikes. That can be a good sign as well. So I'll just mark those two areas right now, 44 and 40, and then higher time frame to start looking for a break and base above and below those two areas, and then consolidation, then lead to expansion afterwards. So, all right, guys, let's go select our winner and give you guys enough time to go like the post. A lot of people actually did just freaking like that post. What is that? Holy shit! Look at that. Just had like 27 more likes go through. Some people like the original one. Now that one's up at 211. This one was just at like 47. Now it's at 63. So, um, we're gonna do this one here. Let's go select our winner. You have to be following me as well. If you like the post and you're not following me, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But I can't DM you that you won if you're not following me. All right. All right. The one lucky winner is going to be. Doo, 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 doo. Does this person follow me? This person does follow me. FFX. I don't know how to pronounce your at, and I do not want to butcher it, but it's FFX. And it looks like your profile is a watch. So, you, my friend, here, FFX, my friend, you do follow me, and it says follow back, so that's good. I'm going to send you a message right now on stream. So hopefully you're watching. 2,100 people here watching. Appreciate it. Love you guys. Dun, 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 dun. Where did my post go? There it is. Sending you a message. I sent you a DM. FFX. So if you're watching the live stream, you should have a DM from me. Make sure you message me back. We'll give it 1 hour. And if I don't hear back from, is it FFX or FXX? FFX. If I don't hear back from FFX by 11 p.m. Eastern, which is exactly 1 hour and 2 minutes from right now, he loses his spot, and I will randomly select one person again, and I will send a tweet, or sorry, a post about it. It's no longer Twitter, it's X. I'll send a post about it and tag that person in it for the next winner. But as of right now, that is our winner for the night. So congratulations, my friend. Check your DMs. I sent you a message. We're absolutely going to get you set up nice and easy. All you need to have is hopefully Discord. I imagine if you did like the post, that means you would want to be a part of the premium Discord. So if you have a Discord account, I will go ahead and manually give you access for 1 month to the Casey Trades premium Discord team. You can come hang out with us for a month, see if you like it, see if it's a place for you, get some education, hopefully make some money, and yeah, that's it. Let's go. Appreciate everyone who tuned in to the stream. Again, make sure you do like and repost it. That way, the ones who are not here to attend this session live, they can watch it later at their own time. Love you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Looking at some charts on this fine Sunday evening. Let's fucking crush it this week again. Huge earnings calendar. this week on a lot of individual names, a lot of important names. So we have our Palantirs, our HIMs, our AMDs, SMCIs, Oscars, Zeta, UPST, so on and so forth, all those things that we love to trade every single day. Lots and lots of earnings. So for the premium Discord team here watching, I will see you guys on live stream in the Discord for the live trading at probably normal time. I think I'm going to the gym tomorrow morning. Um, I don't know. Might want to sleep in. We'll see. But I'll be on stream around 9:15, 9:20 in the premium Discord for the team. I'll be on Wolf Trading X Spaces as well as a speaker this week. They sent that calendar out, so I'll be over there as a speaker with the Wolf team for the live market trading and education. But I will mainly be obviously live streaming like this and live trading over in the premium Discord with the squad. So see you guys over there tomorrow. Again, if you want to come hang out with the Casey Trades Premium Discord team, click those links in the bio. Make sure you go use KCT50 for the discount code of $50 a month. There should be a few codes left out there. Um, and yeah, for the rest of you guys, have a great rest of your Sunday evening. And